So it was a tale of two halves for Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, who found themselves in a 17-3 hole after 2 quarters. The rookie quarterback led his team on an 18-0 run to end the 4th quarter, force overtime. The Cardinals would trade field goals with the Lions in OT, resulting in a 27-27 tie. So Kyler finished the game with over 300 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, both of which came in the 4th quarter. So Shannon, are you sold on Kyler Murray?
No.
He just had a disappointing.
What happened was Detroit got, they didn't want to give up any big plays, and they started playing off, and he started making some completions, and he got on the roll, and he ended up getting the game in overtime, and they both traded field goals, and they ended up in a tie. But so are we going to forget the first 3 quarters? He had 6 points. He was 9 of 25 for 70 yards, 0 touchdown, and interception. Hadn't been sacked 4 times until that point. And so, and I get it from the Lions' perspective. It's because the adage is nothing cheap, nothing deep. You get this big of a lead, don't give them a big play over the top in one play or anything like that. But they got too lax, and they let him mount a charge, and he came back, and their defense started playing well. Stafford was off just a little on a couple of throws, but there's a tape out there, and Detroit put it out there of how you get to him. You pressure his little butt, and you get your hands up. And we saw what could happen. So, no, this is commending. They should have lost this game, and they fought valiantly to come back and get a tie. But, nah, I'm exactly where I was.
Really?
Yep, right
Interesting.
there.
Boy, you're stubborn. Hard-headed over there.
You saw it. Did you watch the game? I watched the game.
Wait, is football still 4 quarters or 3? Oh, it's
Still
4
4.
quarters. Oh, and they have this thing called overtime you get to
Overtime,
play?
too.
Oh.
It reminded me of another guy that you loved in 2011, Skip Bayless. There was a guy he would do play like this.
You mean the guy who won the division that year? Took a 1-14 to the division title and won a home playoff game?
All I'm
We
saying.
want to bring him up?
I ain't bringing up nobody.
Well, I would take that
free.
from Kyler Murray this year. Woo.
You know good and well y'all not winning no division, so
Okay,
stop
well,
that.
you just compared him to a guy who did win the division. So you're saying that's what? Are you predicting he's going to win the division?
talking about how he played for 3 quarters, and when defenses play off because they don't want to give you anything cheap or deep,
Really?
it allowed him to get back into the ball game.
So I'm going to remind you, this was his first NFL start against a Matt Patricia defense, well coached. They have some talent on defense. And the point is that most rookie quarterbacks in their opener, if they had those numbers you just threw out for the first 3 quarters, they would go straight in the tank. It's why rookies are not started in this league, because that's the kind of first 3 quarters that could ruin a rookie quarterback, right? I tried to tell you how special this little performer is psychologically, intangibly. Nothing bothers him, completely unflappable.
You're right.
So here's what happened before the game. You realize that Cliff Kingsbury kept Kyler in the locker room as long as he could, and he barely warmed up because they didn't want to even show anything in warm-ups. And I did not love it because Cliff Kingsbury is a first-year head coach. Obviously, he got fired at Texas Tech, where he wasn't even a 500 coach. And I think that showed me that he wants his offense to be the star of this team. It really doesn't matter what offense Kyler Murray is running, because don't worry about that. Just find out what he does best and then start playing to his strengths. And
Well, he won't tell you.
It took 3 quarters. I know. He just said, I'll do whatever. But it took 3 quarters for them to start to figure out, oh, he can do this and he can do that. And you got to let him run more than he ran, because what did he run total? Kyler Murray ran 3 times for 13 yards. You got to let him run 10 or 12 times a game, because he is lightning fast. Lightning fast. He will not get hurt because he's got that defense mechanism, that survivability. Again, at Oklahoma, he never took a shot that was dangerous. So what happened after he and Kingsbury started to figure out in the 4th quarter? Zing, zing, zing happened, because he's got rare arm strength and rare rocket delivery. It's just, you want to talk about lightning fast? He's lightning fast with his feet and with his release. And once he got settled in, you saw the poise, you saw the clutch playmaking, and all of a sudden, here he came. And to go, what did he go? 12 of 14 in the fourth quarter for 158 yards. And you can say prevent this or prevent that. They couldn't prevent anything. He took them right down the field.
Let me ask you a question.
Boom, 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 2 touchdowns and the 2-point conversion to tie it.
If you don't mind me asking, so why couldn't he do any of that in the first 3 quarters?
Because he's a rookie and he's with a rookie head coach that he doesn't know, never played for.
So he went from a rookie in the first 3 quarters to a 4-year vet in the fourth quarter.
No, he looked like a veteran quarterback to me. And I saw a bunch of quotes from veteran Arizona Cardinals after the game saying, now Kyler Murray knows when he wakes up tomorrow, he can play quarterback in this league. Because that was impressive to that football team. And can we see the deep out he threw Larry Fitzgerald in overtime? You know, this is a big league throw. This is what, you know, this is under fire in overtime of your opening start, and to have that poise and patience and that arm strength, whew, man, what a throw and what a catch by Larry Fitzgerald.
His 117th of his career.
Whew, God, that's a young legend throwing to an old legend.
Oof.
There you go. And that should have set up. And again, I fault him because they couldn't cash enough in the red zone, because they got to figure out which plays he can run that will hurt the defense the quickest in the red zone.
Well, how about he tell them?
He will. He will.
No.
Well, he's showing them is what he did. He's just showing
No, Skip.
Yep.
But here's the thing. When coaches go into the game with a game plan, they like to know the plays, okay, these are the plays that Kyler really likes.
Yep.
So we're going to try to stay here. Well, if they don't know what he really likes, how are they going to call it? They don't want to just call plays. They want to call plays that he really, really likes. You think Josh McDaniels is just willy-nilly calling plays? He's calling plays that Tom really likes.
His play caller went 26-30 at Texas Tech and got this job.
Yeah.
Okay? So he's trying to figure it out too.
Well, he got the job because that seems to be the new craze now, Skip. You get these young guys. You see the Sean McVays and the LaFleurs, and you see these young offensive-minded guys getting these jobs. And it looks, and he said something in October. I think he was just saying it. Well, if I was in the NFL and I had a number 1 pick, I would take Kyler Murray.
Yep.
Well, it just so happens he became available. Kyler Murray declared for the draft. It was supposedly, I guess it is.
He knew Kyler because he
tried to recruit him. Yes.
Okay. But Kyler never played for him, and this system is a little different than the Lincoln Riley system at Oklahoma. It's still a spread. It's shotgun mostly, but still, I saw strong intangibles from that kid yesterday. I saw something that will work. And the truth is, that's a bad football team that managed to rally and tie Detroit, which is not a real good football team, but I did not blame Cliff Kingsbury for not trying to go for it because they had 4th and 8.
Right.
To try to Yeah, just go ahead and take the tie because I don't know. They're so bad on both sides of the ball. Matt Stafford was just eating them up.
Oh, yeah. Yo, he did the right thing to punt. And because knowing Matt Stafford's history, let him throw an interception or pick 6. Or I'm not going to give you the game right here.
I would completely agree.
I totally agree with what he did.
It's going to be hard for Arizona to win games because the schedule only gets harder and harder and harder. So take a tie. Everybody feels good about themselves. They said the Detroit locker room was just a morgue.
That's what I was thinking.
They were. Because they had this game, and they back. Sometimes, Skip, you can back off too much. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Because and I've told people this. It's easier to come from behind by 14 in the fourth than it is keep the lead. Because you're not going to play the same way, Skip. Because, and I know you remember this, I think it was 87, maybe 87, 88. When Buddy Ryan and the Eagles had Joe Montana and the 49ers down by like 21 points going into the fourth quarter. And he kept calling blitzes, and they kept hitting Jerry Rice over the top for deep posts. And the next thing you know, they lose the game by 14. It's like, well, we playing our style. So you don't want to get into a situation like that, Skip. You want to nickel and dime them, and hopefully they'll run out of clock. But you can't give up too much ground too quickly, and that's what Detroit did because that was the game.
Looked to me like Tennessee yesterday backed off in the fourth quarter, and Baker started throwing it to them. Okay?
Because he got it. Skip at that point in time, he's like, I don't want 5 yards. I want 15. I want 20. So you're right. He got greedy.
Yep.
And he wasn't taking what they were giving because they're like, okay, we'll give you 5 yards. All you clock will keep. This is not like that. This is not like college, Clip. You get a first down and the clock will stop. And you don't get out of bounds, the clock will keep moving. But look, you saw it. You saw what he did. The first 3 quarters is more of what's going to happen. He'll get a lot more of that, Skip Bayless. Lots more.
Ties just feel so weird to end that way.
Yeah.
All I
Second
know
straight
is
year,
Kyler Murray has a lightning release and a strong arm that is deadly accurate. That will work at this level. I know he's little. He got 4 passes batted. He didn't get many batted at Oklahoma. He'll figure this out. He's one of those kids who's a man. He's already he's grown up psychologically.
Yeah, but those guys in the NFL, Skip, they get really smart. They're like, hold on, this guy's only like 4'11 and a half. So all I got to do is just, you know what I'm saying?
Harsh.
Yeah.
Shannon.
One of them, he like to hit
4'11 and a half.
the guy put his hand up to
Give
keep
him a
protecting his
couple
face because he's about to hit him in his face with the ball.
What did Kingsbury say a few weeks back? He's always been little.
Yeah.
That
this
isn't
is nothing new.
Yeah, you're right.
And they had tall guys in college football too.
But Skip, they're not coached. They don't get an opportunity. They got other things to worry about, Skip. They got study hall. They got to go to class. These guys up here, all they worry about is football. They ain't got to go to no class.